The social media trap is intoxicating, and it's all over LinkedIn, but it's even, I think, in some ways worse on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and some of these other places. But we're believing something, at least I did, that's not true. It's just not true at all. And that is that for me to succeed in my business, I have to be popular. And that's the fundamental idea of it. It's the social media trap is the belief that popularity leads to success. That's never been true. Has it ever? Has middle school popularity contest winning ever led to a life that matters for anybody, or even one that's even remotely successful? But we believe that right now as a society. And how do I know this? Because I believed it. I bought into it. I couldn't believe that I got seduced by this. And it happened in 2020. I didn't notice it before. And I'm not saying I don't know what social media is, because I stay up on technology. I'm actually always into whatever the next technologies are and the next business systems and approaches. I've always been there. I've been like that my entire life. But the idea of becoming popular on social media seduced me in 2020. And I thought, this is the answer. If I can just get popular here, wherever that is, and for me it was LinkedIn, then I'll have a what is called an oversubscribed offering. So that's how it was taught to me. It was, you'll oversubscribe your offering when you're popular enough because you'll have a following. People believe this. It's not true. It's never been true, and it won't continue to be true because it's not true. That's so how do you use social to your advantage, considering this ridiculous belief that we've taken on as a society, that being popular on social media is a career or a job or a business system? And I see this all over LinkedIn right now. And people are teaching how to become popular like them using copywriting techniques or personality marketing approaches. It's like a middle school 13-year-old teaching their friends how to become popular by learning how to get liked. Do this to get liked. Write these kind of headlines, write these hooks, organize it like this. Join my course and pay me all this money to learn how to become popular like me. I'm not in middle school. I'm not even in high school. We believe this is true. It's not true. If you don't believe me, think about your own life. Think about your own life. Are you here because you want to be popular? Is that what your business and life is all about? You want to be popular? Now, if you don't believe this is not true, think about it like this. What if it was impossible for you to succeed doing this? Impossible. What if you will never be popular on social media? How many years are you going to spend trying? What if you're the type of person that's just never going to be popular, like me? Is popularity the game you want to be playing? Look what's happening now all over the world. Jay Shetty now on YouTube. It goes on and on and on. The minute you become popular, they're going to try to tear you down and try to destroy you, because it's a lie. Nobody likes lying. And anybody who does things to become popular is lying to themselves, because there's an attractive character element. There's some kind of a persuasion that went into it in marketing, through marketing, a way of trying to get people to like you by putting your best face forward. And what are they going to do? They're going to try to figure out what's real. They're going to poke. They're going to poke until they find a vulnerable soft spot to destroy you as the popular kid, because the whole idea doesn't make any sense, because it's not true. It's just not true at all. None of it. How do you use social to your advantage? You connect with people. It's very powerful. And you can be visible by sharing your experience. And that's about it. That's all it's good for. But to try to become popular on it, to believe this promise that you're going to be the next influencer, I wrote, it spreads like a dangerous wildfire across the global society. It's a lie. It's always been a lie. Popularity in any form is never the answer to anything. It doesn't matter. That's the point. Why? Because it's not real. If I'm becoming popular, if I become popular on social media, I'm giving other people authority and power over my life, because I've done something to adapt myself into the marketplace to get people to like me. And then they may change their mind, and they will, guaranteed, will change their mind, because it's not real. I know this sounds crazy, because this lie is so ingrained in our thinking. It's so ingrained in my thinking, and not anymore, but in 2020, I started playing this game, and I'm learning from all these influencers and marketers how to do it. And I got excited, and I thought, I can do this. And I did it all. And it started happening, and I started getting known, and I started connecting into these networks of other so-called influencers, mostly on LinkedIn. And I created an event, and I could have guests come on and get to know the other popular kids and like all this stuff. And as it started working more and more and more, I started feeling more and more frustrated by the game. And I was worried, like, some events, I was hosting events every week, and I'd be like, oh no, only 30 people showed up. I thought it was going to be 50. And then someone else's event had 70, and I'm like, this is impacting me. I'm looking at these metrics all the time. And when I started in 2020, late 2020, I did my LinkedIn posting group. 235 people signed up in a few weeks. My posts were taking off on LinkedIn. And there were people in the group that were very popular. They got very popular. One guy in particular got like LinkedIn famous because he was in my group. And I'm looking at these posts, and I'm like, I'm getting thousands and thousands and thousands of likes. And then I'm getting like 40, 50, 100 comments sometimes from the pod. It's a pod, and it's gamed. And that's why I ended it. Now, they stayed working in the pod for I think I went on for like a year and a half, and I just stopped doing it. I told people, I was like, I'll just keep it open. You keep doing it if you want, but I'm out. Popularity contests are not businesses. So I'm not going to mention her name, but there's a woman right now who's celebrating her success on LinkedIn because she has this big program that's sold out, but it's a popularity contest program to be like her. That's not going to last. It's not real. And, you have a choice, rather than follow, climb, and like the celebrities, find your own product, market, and experiences. If you can't handle it right now because you're just exhausted by the popularity contest stuff, it's not you, it's them, because it's not true. It won't work for you because it doesn't work for them either. You're going to get knocked off the mountain because there's no mountain. This is the fundamental point, is none of this is real, because the reality is we're all equal. All human beings have a purpose on this planet. And the illusion of popularity that starts around middle school as you separate from childhood and then go into high school is very seductive. And it's really hard for those kids. My daughter's one of them, and it's not hard for her because she's learned what she cares about matters. And she's not trying to be popular. She's getting there, but it's not the point. She's not trying to do it. It's happening automatically because she's being herself and figuring out how to do that. That's what happens in middle school and high school. And then somehow we got into this crazy system of popularity on social media because there's so much money involved. So people look at it and say, well, I want money like that. And then the belief is to get it, I have to do these things that I don't want to do. And I'm saying that's not true. You don't have to do it. I stopped. I'm using social media to my advantage, not to become popular. I don't want to be popular. So I'm going to talk about the red pill pathway, more money now, market authority, action library, and vision acceleration systems, because we're ready for you. We're ready for you. If you're done with popularity chasing, you're done from putting on an attractive character facade to make your business work, if you realize you're not here for any of this, if you're an entrepreneur and you just want to make your vision happen, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to share how right now. If you're a coach and you have a gift that you figured out over a lifetime, probably, and you just want to bring that gift to the people who need you, we're going to talk about that now. If you're a service provider and what you've got is an ability to do something well because you're an expert, we're going to talk about how to do that as an alternative pathway to popularity. I realize that when a shroud of confusion falls over a society, any society, back in the day, people thought the world was flat. You couldn't tell them, oh, it's not flat. They wouldn't listen. It's the same today. The same with the earth the sun revolving around the earth. They wouldn't listen back then either. The same when the Catholic Church was selling indulgences to get into heaven. You'd say to somebody, don't buy that indulgence. They're lying to you. You couldn't hear it because the beliefs are so strong. And we're going through that right now with a lot of people with the influencer economy. It's very powerful. It seduced me for almost 2 years before I got free of it. And then I thought, well, how do I engage this? And I'm like, well, I want to use these systems because I'm meeting all these incredible people and I want to be visible because I'm trying to do something new here with this entrepreneur experience campus and red pill pathway system. I want to do something new. And I don't want to be popular. I need to be visible, though. And this is what I'm going to talk about. So these are different things. So the red pill pathway, first, the platform itself, I call the Entrepreneur Experience Virtual Campus. And this is a place where we come together. And I've got the inner circle of this. We've piloted this. So we've figured out how to do it. And the whole idea of the campus is equals meeting together, sharing their experience and vision without an expert guru who has the answers. And this is the opposite of the mastermind environment today, where there's a philosophy or a belief system. Now, some of these are really good. So I'm not saying they're not. It's just they're super expensive because the really good ones have been around for a long time and they become elite groups. So they're gated. I don't want a gate in mine. I want everybody to be able to afford it. So I'm doing joint products with people so they can make money. I have a affiliate kind of arrangement so people can make money and pay for it if they don't have any money. And then people who do have money can join for a year or do some of these private programs that we're putting together, whether it's mine or somebody else's. And either way, it all works for me because I constructed it as a win-win-win-win-win system, as opposed to a hierarchical system designed for me to win, to extract money out of the marketplace because I'm popular. So it's the opposite of that. So how do you use the red pill pathway, more money now, market authority, action library, and vision acceleration systems? So the first is the red pill pathway. So the red pill pathway is simply an idea from the matrix that I came up with through noticing, adjusting, and calibrating into the marketplace what principles have always worked and adapting them into modern language in the modern economy of social media. Because I thought, this is what we're in. And how do we take these principles? I call them laws, principles, and mechanisms that always work and that have always worked. So how do we take these and use these in the modern social media economy today with all these new business systems? Because I'm not saying shut down the social media and run away. I'm doing the opposite. I just don't take it seriously, meaning I'm not playing the popularity contest game. I'm not trying to figure out how to make it work. I'm using it, period, the way I want to. And I find other people with red pill pathway, they're going to say, I don't want to use any social media. I'm going to say, don't. My first question would be, why? Are you afraid of it? Because you're afraid to tell the truth about yourself? Or do you just like exhausted by it? You're exhausted by it? Don't do it. You don't need it. You don't have to become popular in social media to succeed in business at a high level. You don't. That's a lie. Okay, so how to use red pill pathway. It's a thought, action, and impact system in 8 phases. So the idea is my thoughts have to flow in the right direction from my vision. So if I have a spark of energetic intelligence inside me in thought, that needs to turn into something real, tangible, and profitable in the world. So how do I get there? That's these 8 phases that we're working through. And the thought phases is around decision. I'm going this way. It's direction. I'm going in this direction. And it's around getting into the truth of what it means for you, not for me, because I don't know what's right for you. How could I? How could I know what's right for anybody? How do you know what's right? You can't. So that's the thought part. I won't get into all the details of it. So I've got a lot of that stuff up in public. The action part is now, as those thoughts are flowing now, they're turning into more concrete vision, into something more specific in a direction, in a market around figuring out who I am and what I want and why, and with who do I want to be with, for what reason, not to be popular. No one wants to be popular. It's not real. And then I want to take action. So how do I take connected action from the vision idea with all the around cutting through all this confusion and technology? And that's around understanding stories, understanding how to tell them, how to understanding what's the real story, not the marketing story, not the story brand, but the real story. How do I explain it in a way that's understandable? Not to get people to like me or like my company, but because I want to share it. So I connect with my people so we can create a shared desire together in the form of an experience and a product. That's the action part. Creating all that inside the market leads to a product market fit. The third phase is an impact phase. And the challenge of impact is there's resistance. When I came out and started talking like this a year and a half ago, there was a lot of resistance. And I created the resistance in myself. And we're going to get into that in the action library part. But the resistance that I created was my resistance to accepting the condition of the world, but not allowing it to dominate or control me. So I'm in charge of the reality I'm creating for my own life, but I can't get the world to behave. That's not going to happen. So that's the red pill pathway at a high level. Now, what's more money now? More money now is a business development creative system to be in the market, with the goal being product market fit on my own terms without needing to be popular or chasing business. So it's about, what's the product? Start with product. The product is the product intersecting with the market. There's no separate product. It doesn't exist. If a product doesn't have a customer base, it doesn't exist. It's not real. It's just an idea. The product and the market coming together is more money now. So that first stage of figuring out the product, bringing it out into the market through connect strategies. That social media can be part of it or not. It's up to you. But there's a million ways to connect with people today. If you're a good writer, you may never have to talk to anybody. If you don't want, you can just connect back and forth in chats or in your feeds if you're popular. But if your focus is becoming popular, they're going to try to tear you down for good reason, because you're hiding something from yourself, most likely. So in the more money now piece, you're packaging yourself to only put the good stuff out. All of it's good. But the idea of hierarchy, of you being up here and other people down here, is a lie. More money now is about connection. Connecting as equals. For what purpose? You have to ask. That's stage 3. Ask. Don't assume. That's one of the 4 agreements, by the way. That's an ancient wisdom thing. And then the 4th stage is I call schmooze, which is shared desire. In other words, here's my vision. What's your vision? Let's figure that out. Ask, ask, ask. Now, is there anything here that we both care about together? You keep your vision. I'm not going to convince you of mine. Why would I? It's mine. I don't have to sell anything. My vision is this. Your vision is that. Oh, get it. Ask, talk about it. Schmooze. Is there a shared desire here? No? All right. See you later. Yeah. Oh, cool. Stage 5 is next. What's next? Who are we to each other? Here's what I got. I'm telling you right now what I got. If you're interested, check it out. If not, don't. Market authority now is taking what comes out of the red pill pathway, taking what comes out of more money now, and telling people, like I'm doing right now, in a way that works for you. This works for me. My way will not work for you. There may be elements of it. That's why I'm not saying I'm popular, I succeeded, be like me, do it like I did. That's never true. It's never been true throughout human history. That's always a lie. That's a social media lie today that we buy into, many of us. The action library is about parking brakes. So the 3rd section of the red pill pathway has to do with impact. So how do you have a daily revitalization practice, a daily practice and a revitalization practice? How do you create your peer groups, your partner groups, your supporting groups of people who get it, get you, and you get them as peers or partners? That deals with the impact. How do you deal with a society that's confused and projecting on you in a market where you're in the market doing something different or cool or innovative and people don't care? They're ignoring you, or they rejecting you, or whatever it is. So action library is about lowering the parking brakes because they're mine. I'm the one raising the parking brake. Nobody's doing anything to me. I'm 100% responsible for my life. Nobody can do anything to me. I can allow things to happen to me because I decide that rejection or being ignored or whatever is real. But it's not, because it's out of my control. It's got nothing to do with me. It's not relevant. The action library is a lot of different approaches to being able to learn to lower that parking brake over time. So what's vision acceleration system? So the vision acceleration system is a way to make this connected action flow more fluidly on a regular basis. As your thoughts expand, the vision expands. What I found was the actions get tougher because I'm asked to do more risks, more releasing of things that are blocking me, more challenge in the marketplace. And the vision acceleration system is a way to do that with less resistance. But it takes a shift in moving from I'm trying to be popular, I'm trying to market myself, to I'm getting deeper within myself to bring out what's real into the world in a way other people can understand and recognize that it's completely on me as an individual to figure out what that is. But one of the things we've learned, and this is the fundamental key here, is you can't do this alone. No one in history has ever done anything alone. It's real. Those are myths. So any big, huge, bootstrap lifting success story from history is not true, because there's always something else. There's a community, there's a group, there's a family, there's a spouse, there's a partner somewhere. So anybody who creates this and says it's me is lying to themselves, or just deliberately deceiving people because their ego has taken over control and diluted them. But that's not possible, because it's just not how human being systems work. We do things together. And the power of together is the secret weapon. The power of together is what we've got on the Entrepreneur Experience Virtual Campus. That's why we did it this way. Did I? No, I did it with a group because I couldn't do this by myself. I still can't. It's impossible. I can't do this by myself. This is why I'm building partnerships with people. This is why I'm building joint products with people. My skills are limited. What I can do is limited. My blueprint is limited. It's unlimited as I'm bringing other people into it as equals. Whether you're joining, whether you're a partner, whether you're a collaborator, whether you're using it as an affiliate for a side hustle income, it doesn't matter. I can't do this by myself. It's impossible. The social media celebrity economy is based on an individual becoming popular. And what's happening right now is it's possible to escape from the social media traps. And it's very important to use social to your advantage, which could mean not using it at all. And one of the things I know to be true is that there is a game going on behind the scenes. And I've been part of this game. And I see where it's being played almost immediately. And a lot of these people who are really popular are not. What's going on is they're gaming the algorithms in the social media platforms by supporting each other publicly, organically. That's what works best. So they're in private mastermind groups together. They know each other, and they're good people, and they're collaborating, and they're supporting and helping each other. And the algorithms are written based on the human condition of becoming popular, supporting the social media company's strategy. So they're trying to develop a product based on people's data and based on people's free content. So the more that works together and the more they can get that core fractal group of people elevated as influencers, the better their product sells, the more sticky it is, in other words. And the more people who believe that is important, the more activity they're going to get on their platform. So the popularity contest is kind of a group thing too. It's just an elite game that you may or may not want to play. And I'm not saying don't play it. I'm just saying know how it works and then be aware